I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Efforts are continuing to raise the money needed to save and restore the buildings that sit in the middle of the Hudson River on Bannerman's Island. Today, officials with the Bannerman Island Trust organization sponsored a media tour to showcase what's been done and what still needs to be done to stabilize and restore the crumbling castle walls and the Bannerman family residence. The first phase of the restoration of the Bannerman home has been completed, with the existing leftover funds to be used to continue efforts to shore up the imitation Scottish castle that was built in the early 20th century to store materials for the Bannerman family's military surplus business. Bannerman Trust officials continue to search for outside funding while holding fundraising events on the island, including a July 4th picnic, and the Opera Company of the Highlands will perform the music from Showboat on the island July 7th and 8th. Reporter Mike Randall will have the full restoration story here at Record Online and in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. Embattled Washingtonville Mayor Kevin Hudson came under more fire last night, with some of those attending the village board meeting last night calling for him to resign. Washingtonville resident Darlene Ferrara presented a 27-page petition containing more than 700 names from those asking Hudson to step down. Ferrara said the petition was circulated because of the mayor's, quote, unethical practices, including his alleged use of politics for his personal advantage. Hudson called the petition part of a smear campaign, claiming many of the signatures were from children. Ferrara says the signatures came from angry residents who don't like what's been happening in the Washingtonville government. Yesterday, we reported the story of Denzel Francis, a 21-year-old Saugerties man who was arrested on felony rape charges involving sexual contact with girls ages 15 and 16. Today comes word that Francis's body was discovered in a Saugerties cemetery last night, the victim of a fatal gunshot wound. Police are investigating the incident as a possible suicide, but police were withholding further information pending the completion of their investigation. Governor Andrew Cuomo is getting behind a bill that would decriminalize the possession of small amounts of marijuana. If the state legislature goes along, the penalty for public possession of a small amount of pot would drop from a misdemeanor down to a violation. More than 53,000 state residents were charged with misdemeanor pot possession in 2011. Supporters say the change would help those unfairly targeted from getting a criminal record. Opponents say it could send the wrong message. Smoking marijuana in public would remain an arrestable criminal offense. A Middletown family that lives on Thomas Jefferson Place in the city's Presidential Heights neighborhood got the feeling they were being spied on by a peeping Tom. And in order to confirm their suspicions, they set up a surveillance camera in their backyard. Middletown City Police say their video caught the suspect in the act, and it led to the arrest of a man from the neighborhood, 33-year-old Edward DeAndrea. He was charged with stalking and trespass, as well as felony child abandonment for allegedly leaving his young child alone while he was out in the neighborhood. A second group of Orange County legislators is scheduled to tour Northern Manor Multi-Care Center in Nanuet tomorrow, a nursing facility operated by Centers for Specialty Care Group, reportedly the frontrunner in the push to sell the county's Valley View Nursing Center in Goshen. Centers for Specialty Care is one of 4 bidders for Valley View that the county will be putting in private hands. This despite a continuing outcry from staffers and residents. Legislators are expected to hold a special meeting later this month to make a final choice on a Valley View buyer before the budgeted money for the facility runs out on or about July 1st. Didn't take Anthony Messina long to get himself back in trouble with the law. No sooner had the 31-year-old Highland Falls man walked out of a Newburgh City court following a morning in jail, he then robbed a local cab driver at knife point. Messina took the cabbie's wallet, tossed it to a female accomplice who removed $200 from it. Both Messina and 23-year-old Gretchen Syverston of Bloomingburg were arrested less than a block away, and both have been charged with first-degree robbery. Messina had been in custody for a series of traffic offenses. He'd previously served prison time for a burglary in Goshen in 2006. And elephants could be seen standing around outside the Orange County Fairgrounds in Middletown today. They are part of the yearly visit of Cole Brothers Circus, the traveling outdoor venue that bills itself as the world's largest circus under the big top. Cole Brothers has been around since 1884, and circus officials continue to look for ways to keep up with the times and re-energize this traditional form of American three-ring circus entertainment. The Middletown shows are scheduled for today and Wednesday at 4:30 and at 7:30. Well, temperatures will rise a bit in the days ahead, but the threat of late-day showers will stick around. Wednesday will be mostly cloudy with temperatures topping out around 70 degrees. Thursday will be partly cloudy as well, with the highs in the mid-70s, and there will be the chance of a passing shower in the late afternoon or early evening both days. Well, make Record Online your source for breaking news and get the news and features important to you in tomorrow's edition of the Times Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.